exercise is to study various components of a GPS. GPS is known as Global Positioning System. So, as clear from its name that it is a system which will give you position anywhere on the globe. What is the meaning of the position? Position of a point we are defining by three coordinates in surveying: x, y and z. X and y are called planimetric position coordinates, and z defines the altitude, height of that point with reference to a certain date. So anywhere on the globe, this instrument gives you position, and in surveying what we need is x, y and z so that we can prepare the map of the whole area. Now x and y it will give in terms of the latitude and longitude, degree, minutes and seconds. Altitude value z it will define with reference to a datum which is called WGS 84 datum, World Geodetic System. This datum was devised in 1984. So this World Geodetic System is a common datum for the whole world. While our topographic maps are based on mean sea level, and this mean sea level varies from country to country. So the biggest advantage of using this global positioning system is that it is providing us the data at a common platform at WGS 84 reference data. So this instrument will give you planimetric positions which is required for a large number of applications in civil engineering, in other areas, in mapping, in survey. It has three major components. So those three major components are: one is the receiver plate. This is one component of it. Second component is GPS satellites, and third component is controller device. So I will explain you about all the three functions. A receiver plate is basically a circular plate, and it is sometimes hexagonal, sometimes oblique shaped. So you find that this particular plate you can mount on a tripod. So you can clamp this plate on a tripod. In fact, this plate will look like, when you are mounting it on a tripod, this will look like this in the plate. So this plate you are mounting on a tripod, and when you are mounting this plate on a tripod, you have to ensure two things. Number one is centering at a point. So if I am centering this plate at a point A, I get position, coordinates of this point. So one is the centering at a point. This is the first step. We know how to do centering from our previous knowledge. The second is leveling. So there are 3 foot screws here. With the help of the foot screws, and there is a bubble tube. With the help of that bubble tube, you can level the base of this plate. So base of this plate should be level. So these are the 2 steps which you have to perform at a particular station. Then you have to connect this plate with a cable system, a wire system to a source of battery. So this is a battery, a special battery which will supply power to the plate. Now the plate is activated. Once the power is supplied, the plate starts receiving these signals from GPS satellites. So the second component is the GPS satellites. So up in the sky there are satellites moving. So if I show you the Earth surface and if I show you the path of these satellites, these are the path of the satellites in which different satellites are moving. So these are the 6 orbits at different angles, and in these 6 orbits, total of 24 satellites. So it means that there are 4 satellites in each orbit, and the orbit is inclined to each other so that anywhere on the globe you receive these signals from the satellites. These satellites have been launched by Department of Defense, US, United States of America, and the whole objective of launching this satellite was to get the position for defense purpose, for security purpose. But later on, signals from these satellites are made available to civilian. So in the second component, there are 24 satellites which are moving. These are the satellites which are moving around the Earth 24 hours, so that anywhere on the globe you stand with the receiver, you start receiving the signals from these satellites. So at a time you may not see 24 satellites, but you may see 4, you may see 8, you may see 1 or 2, something like that. So when you are taking the observations, you have to ensure that more than 4 satellites are seen at a given location to take the observation. So these signals you keep on receiving from the satellites, and this receiver will receive, and then it will send to the controller device. So from this battery there is another connection which is coming out to a device which is called a controller device. It looks like a mobile phone because it has some display and it has also the button for its function. So you have functional buttons here and you have the display device. This is also receiving the power from the same battery system. So the signals which are received from the satellite, they are transferred to the controller device, and in the controller device you can now here you can see a lot of things. You can see in the controller device, if I make a diagram here, so this is my controller device and this is the screen. So on the screen you can see the satellite positions. Which are the satellites which you have tagged from this particular location? So you can see the satellites, you can see their numbers, like if this satellite is number 2, this satellite is number 8, another satellite is number 12, so things like that. So you will see on the display device that which satellites you are tracking from that particular location. Also, at the same time, if you use a different function here with the buttons, you can see that what is the signal strength. So in the form of a bar, and these bars keeps on fluctuating, and that gives you the strength of the signals. Like here, for example, if this bar is the highest and the satellite number is 10, it means that you are getting very good signal strength from 10 number GPS satellite. Then you are getting from 8, you are getting from 3, something like that you will get. So you know if the signal strength is good, then you can take the observation at that particular point. Suppose the signal strength is not good. At that particular strength, you are getting very poor signal strength. All the satellites which you are able to track giving you very poor signal strength. What you do? You have to wait for 2-3 minutes, because here the satellites are continuously moving in the orbit. So after some time, another set of satellites will come into your area and they will start sending the signal. So it will not take much time. You will see that after waiting for few seconds or few minutes, you start getting good signals. So when you start getting good signals, then that is the time you can log your observations. You can take the observations. So here when you are using the controller device, you must ensure minimum 4 satellites with good signals are tracked, and that particular moment you store your observation. When you store your observation and you like to see what are the values on the display device, then you will have latitude in degree, minutes and seconds, you have the longitude values in degree, minutes and seconds, and you have the altitude values in meter if you have selected the MKS system. So you will get this data on the display device, and then you can store this data in the controller device itself. So each controller device has its own storage capacity. Some device can store 1000 points, some device can store 10,000, some device can store 50,000 points. So from one particular point you take several observations. Don't take one single observation, take several observations. That means this value keeps on fluctuating because the satellites are continuously changing its position. So satellites are continuously sending the signals, and continuously these signals are being updated in the controller. So here you will see that these latitude, longitude and altitude keeps on varying. So you have to store several observations, and then you have to take mean of that observation so that you eliminate the error in the observation. So finally we adopt the mean value of latitude, longitude and altitude. So these are the coordinates of point A. Now I want coordinates of several points in the area. So you have to move with this device to now another location. So that another location is B, and in the same way now you can take several observations of point number B and then you take the mean. So here you will have the ID of the point. So you have to define what is the ID of the point. So the defined ID will give you the coordinates and you can correlate later on. So all the data you can move to several points on the ground, you record the data, and finally what you do is once you finish your work, you have to transfer this data to a computer, your laptop or desktop or palm top, and use a GPS software to process the data. What do you mean by processing the data? The processing the data means that you have to basically remove the error from the data sets and apply corrections to the data sets if there is any. So GPS software will be used first of all to remove if there is any error from the data set, and then later on to plot the map profile or 3D of it. So you can use the capabilities of the software to plot the map of the area, to prepare a profile along the route you have moved, or you can see the whole terrain in the third dimension because you have x, y and z coordinates. Okay, so it's clear to you?
Yes.
Now, important thing is that when you are keeping this particular receiver plate, it should be open to the sky. That means there should not be any obstruction from the satellite signals. So these satellite signals should freely come down to the plate. If you have high-rise buildings, then there will be obstruction. If you are working in the forested area, tree cover, if you are standing below a tree, then the tree cover will obstruct the signals. If you are standing in the tunnel, if you are standing below a bridge, so just avoid that kind of situation. Ensure that you are standing at a point which is open to sky. In cloudy weather also, sometimes you find that the signals are not that good. So you have to wait till the weather becomes clear. It will not affect too much in the cloudy weather, but still there might be some error present in your observations. So this is the exercise, very simple exercise which you have to perform, and by performing this exercise, taking the mean of several observations, you can get very high accuracy from this instrument. So earlier, the work which we used to complete with large number of equipment in the field to compute the coordinates has become so easy nowadays that with the single instrument you can do the whole area survey. So such equipment are also known as one-man surveying equipment. One-man surveying equipment, because effectively you can carry out the survey of the whole area by just one person. Okay, so it's clear?
Yes.